So here, let me remove the employee service. Just we'll cover how to use local storage. Okay, let me create local storage object, and then local local storage. Check long back. I saw this one. Angular. I think we can use that object directly without injecting. Okay, let me remove this here. And local storage start. Yeah, we can use that object directly because local storage is available in the browser directly. So the reference you can use it here. Local S capital and local storage dot set item. Set item. Let me say my quiz ID is something like some random number, and I want to set his name Angular quiz is like number of questions. Five. Okay. This must be enclosed in the string, and even this also must be enclosed in a string. That's it. Okay. Now, once I save it, right, basically app component will be rendered, and this ng on init will be called, and it will save the data inside your local storage. Okay, let me save it and go to local first port 0021. Yeah, no, we will not see anything here, but if you go to the application and go to the local storage, expand this, click here, see the 222 is saved and this entire object is saved. Okay, now how can I access this one?
Get item.
Exactly, get item, and this time we should give only the item ID. Okay, let me print this. It is printing in the console. Okay, so only these two methods you need now. I think we can actually go through the list of item. Key string. So list one we'll see, but for now you're good, right? So I would suggest you to create a TypeScript class for the quiz. Okay, for the form we have two fields, right? So create a class separately in separate folder. Create a separate folder for classes in here, and then create a TypeScript class. So how you can create a TypeScript class? ng generate class. Okay, if you give C, it will create component, right? So enter the full abbreviation class, and then quiz. Yeah, quiz is fine. Small qiz. Yeah. So once you hit it, it will create a class. Yeah, here it created quiz.js. So it is a pure TypeScript class. It will not have any decorators, or it will not have any other things. You can create two fields. Field 1 for your name, and field 2 for the number. Okay, this must be a string and this must be number. Okay, just change the names as per the requirement. I just give field 1, field 2, but give quiz 1 and quiz name and number of questions, those two fields. Okay, and we saw how to use React forms to basically
So
give us
I
the
have.
object, right? Yeah.
So instead of creating a separate class, we can create a quiz component, and inside that also we can give, right?
Inside that, what we can give?
Export class, there will be a session. Inside that we can give that name property and question property, right?
In the component?
Yeah, in the component, quiz form component.
Okay. Now what will happen? You're saying, okay, let me remove this. You're saying you can create a
Here.
quiz name, string, and quiz number of questions.
Yeah,
Number
questions.
of questions, and it must be a number. So you're saying like this you can create?
Yeah. In the quiz
I'll,
form component.
I'll tell you what is the disadvantage of this. Let's say you have list of quizzes. Okay, you can create more than one quiz, right? So how you can represent the list of quizzes here? So let's say I have a okay, I have this class, right? So let me use this quiz class, and it has quiz name, string, is question. Okay, number of questions, and then this is a number. Okay, now I created this class. Now here what I can have quizzes of type quiz of array. Okay, now I can have as many number of quizzes as the application supports, right? So I can have more than one quiz. Now I can basically use this object to refer so this represents as the first quiz. Okay, this represented our first quiz questions. The same way I can have multiple quizzes also, right? This is the second quiz. Number of questions 3, and TypeScript. Now let me print this quizzes in here. Let me comment this. Let me print this. What will happen? It will give me two objects. Cannot read properties of undefined, reading 0. Okay, so first we have to basically initialize this, right? So that's the reason it is complaining. Quiz. Cannot set properties of undefined, setting 0. Okay, let me create separate variable. Let q equals new quiz. Q dot number of questions, Q dot number of quiz name, and now this dot quizzes of, or we can use push method, push Q. What's wrong with this types? Let's click. This error should not come, but I don't know why I'm doing it wrong, or the operator PA.
Do we have to define them in the class? Quiz name and number of questions?
No, we should not define. If you define there, then there is no point of having the class, right? Missing the
So you don't have to
paragraph.
import also here?
It is imported already.
Okay.
Zero equals. This is right actually what we are doing, but in browser why it is showing error, I don't know. think a recent TypeScript they change a few things. Now this should work at least. No. Yes. Okay, I think we have to add a constructor. You this start number of questions equals this start this name equals this yeah, now this should work. Okay, finally. So we have to initialize the array first, and then we have to have a constructor inside the class to initialize these two variables. So when we send Angular the quiz name and the number of questions, basically we are sending in this parameter, these parameters, and it is initializing these two parameters. So whenever we have created a new quiz object, it will have these two fields for us. So we can as we need, we can change these things also. TypeScript, CSS, HTML. Now Q1, Q2, Q3. Perfect. Now if we print this one quizzes, it will print 4 objects for us. 4 objects having different data. Now if you want to save this data inside the local storage, simply we can say this and this dot quizzes. It is expecting. Okay, basically it will expect a string, but this is the object, right? So what we can do is JSON dot stringify, meaning it will convert JavaScript objects into string type. Okay.
Mhm.
Now if we go to our application and see this 222 is earlier one, let me delete this. Deleted or not? It's not getting deleted for some reason. Okay, so if you see this object quizzes, we have 4 objects, right? This one, and this one. So now in order to use these things, you can use, instead of printing directly, let's take from the local storage and print. You can do get item. See, all the 4 objects are getting printed. Now these are printing in the string way. Okay. So now what we can do is we can convert them back to object. How we can convert? JSON dot, we have in JSON we have 2 methods, stringify, parse. Stringify will convert any object to string version. Parse will basically parse back your string version object to JSON object. Now here we can give, let string object equals, now let me stringify it. Sorry, parse it back to JSON object. Now what about this will return? Let me print
Object.
this. Let
Quizzes.
Q array equals console.log Q array. See, there is a difference. Here it is printing as whole string. Here it is printing as a object. That's the difference. Now this way you can share, you can save as many objects you want, and then when we go to the other story card, right, to list out display all the quizzes. So this story card has acceptance criteria to list all the quizzes. So how you can list all the quizzes? Basically, you get that object back from the local storage, and then use ng for directive, structural directive, to go through this object and print the HTML cards, or like bootstrap cards we have, right? So nicely we can basically print all those cards. So that is the local storage. It is very easy actually. Now if I let me close this one and let me open tab again, like localhost 42001, and go to the application, you can see all the 4 objects. Okay. What we can do is, let me remove this and put it here. So this is a local object. We cannot access this outside of this method. Now I'm setting this quizzes in the local storage. Okay. Show quizzes. Here what I'll do, local storage dot set item. Let me remove this. Let me put it here. Yeah, let me define a global array of this one. Let me change it to my quizzes. Now defining a global variable, we should remove let operator. This dot my quizzes equals this one. Now I can use this in my app component.html, and here I can use div star ng for let x of my quizzes, and this x is my local variable. So here I can use, better I use ul, another list. Then I use list here. I remove this from here and I put it here. So inside this, I want 2 span tags, one for x dot is name. It's not showing any suggestions. Now, cool. We have to add a button. Click me to show. Just giving some brief idea how you can implement. Click equals. Let me call this show quizzes. Okay, when I click on this, it will show me all the quizzes from my local storage. Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is the listing part, or like reading part, but setting part you can implement the same way. You can basically using the reactive forms, right? You can get the object, you can get the what object? You can get the quiz object. So with the two fields. So once you get that quiz object, you can have a global variable like quizzes. Okay, it will always once application is initialized, what you can do is, let me remove this. We don't need this because once we set into the quizzes, right, we don't need this. So what I'm suggesting is, yeah, that copy this and put it here. Let me remove this method. We don't need this. Here also we don't need this button. So what I'm saying is, once for setting quizzes into the local storage, you can write separate logic. But whenever your app component or your that landing page, the listing page is loaded, right? In on init method, you can read from the local storage and then set to your global variable. So now what will happen whenever you load the page, all will come by default. You can refresh 100 times. It will basically, whenever that on method is called, it will go and fetch that things and it will set in the array, my quizzes array. Whenever you set in the my quizzes array, so what this ng4 is doing, it will get that list of the items and it will show in the span tags. Okay, you can inspect and see also. It is adding 4 list tags, and here each list tag has the 2 spans. Okay, for setting, use a different component, right? So you'll be using create a quiz component. So once you get the object from that form, you can what you can do is, you can basically use this push operator from that array, something like this dot push, and the object from the form. Okay, that's it. Once you push it, right, it will stay in only memory. So again, what you have to do, you have to execute this method, local storage dot set item quizzes, and again the entire object. So now what will happen, this quizzes will be overridden with this new value, the old data plus this new data. Okay, now once you go back to your view quizzes page, that new item will be showing in your page.
So
Okay.
in this form, whatever we submitted in the quiz form, it should be shown in view. Is it? All
Yeah,
the
exactly.
cards?
Exactly. So this is what this story says. Must be a separate screen. Display all the quizzes. Must be a separate screen, and must have a title list of quizzes. all the saved quizzes must be displayed as a list of cards, bootstrap CSS cards. And each quiz item must have a title and number of questions that quiz has. And each quiz item is a clickable item.
Yeah.
So if you go to bootstrap cards, you'll see different types of cards. You can have this type of card, but without image. You can say here is your quiz title, and at the end in the bracket you can show that number of questions, or in the below here you can say this quiz has the whatever number of questions. You can basically embedded that number somewhere in the string, so that whenever we see it, it makes sense for us, the entire string. So you can use this, or there are many types of cards. So this is plain card. You can use this also. This is your card title and the quiz name, and this can be your like number of questions. Okay, 2 questions or 3 questions, 10 questions, and you can have some general description about it. Okay, and I would say add one more field into that form. For the description, I'll add one more card. You can enter description, and that description can be shown like this: card title, number of questions in that quiz, and then the description about that quiz. Then this entire thing is clickable. If you click on it, it will go to the next page where we'll show the number of questions in it, like the questions. Okay, so you can use any of these cards. Like many versions are there. You can use any of this. And if you are using list of card sets, so you can show this way, or we have stock. You can show, yeah, this way you can show multiple cards, multiple quizzes. I mean, okay. All you have to do is you have to use only one card, but use a for loop here inside this div, so that it will generate same list of tags based on how many quizzes we have. You can use basically this card deck to show multiple, and this is responsive, meaning it will adjust to the mobile screens also. Okay, so any questions? Like if you stuck somewhere, I can help you. But I think you both are doing good. I mean, at least the first couple of cards. So going forward, the complexity will increase slowly. Then we'll be using actual reactive forms features going forward, because the dynamic forms we didn't cover in the course also, because dynamic forms will be little confusing. So if you do it real-time scenario, then you will understand it properly. Any questions?
No.
No.
Both are good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go to GitHub and share projects. Sista, can you ping me your email ID? I have to add you guys, then only you'll be able to push.
Yeah.
Okay, then Sahana, you also.
Yeah.
App 1.
Yeah, that's one.
This one?
This one, yeah.
Okay. Okay, I think once you can approve, right, you might get some email or something. Once you approve, then you can push code. Oh, looks like you have some projects, huh?
Yeah, I have some projects.
Okay.
That was a college projects. Yeah.
Okay, cool. But you know how to push and how to pull the code, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And Sachita, what about you? You know the Git knowledge, like you said.
No.
Okay.
It's better if you show me the steps once.
So just go to this project page. I think you might have got in the email.
Let me check.
I got like quiz app one dot git.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Github 1 is separate repository and Github 2 is separate repository.
Okay. So minus app one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I have to create account. I don't have.
You don't have account in GitHub?
No.
Okay. Then it was showing your name when I typed your email ID.
It is asking me to pick a username and all. Add a password.
Okay, then do all the steps.
So I need to clone this, right? In my desktop and
No need to clone. If you have Git installed in your local, right?
yeah.
So which Git you install? Tata is Git or
Git bash I have.
Git bash? Okay, Git bash you can execute this command. Just go to your project and see it is showing some suggestions, right?
Yeah.
Create a new repository. You can execute these commands. Otherwise, push an existing repository from command line. You can do this. Okay, so this is a new repository we are pushing, right? So what you can do is you can execute this Git init,
Okay.
and
In
then
Command line,
we just
right?
have to do in the command line in our project, right? Like the Visual Studio, right?
but not there. I think you have to install this Git bash. Did you install Git? No, right?
No, I don't have.
Okay. So go to
I
Git.
just completed the step. I can see the page you're showing there.
Oh, okay. Now next step is install Git from. Yeah, you can click on if it is based on your system, download for Windows, or I'll bring you this link. Just download and install. So yeah, after git init, you can say git add space dot. Instead of readme, just add dot, so that it will add all our project files. What we have, all the configuration files, HTML components, right? Everything will be added to a git. Now then execute this command git commit m, and here you can give any message like the quiz project or like initializing project, something like that.
And git branch, that is not needed, right?
Don't think it is needed. I think it will create default branch master. Then execute this one as is. It will have all the URL. Remote
Okay.
add origin,
Mhm.
and then git push origin main, or like
Okay.
just git push origin master.
Okay.
So where to run all this in the Git?
You,
This one is it?
you install the git
Yeah.
command. Okay, done, right? So now
Yeah.
open your terminal, the command prompt, or it can you can use, I think, here also. Let me try it. Okay, so now it is not coming here. Do one thing, go to your start menu and search for git. Okay, and it will give you git cmd or git bash. Open any of these two.
Yeah.
Okay,
I opened.
git bash, and here navigate to your project path wherever you're. You can use cd command and go to the folder where you have the project. So here I have quiz one, right? So go to that path, cd, paste. Okay, now here you can execute git. So now git, let me check git is there, git version. Okay, I have git. If it is showing this one, your git is installed. Now git, you're able to push, right?
Yeah, I'm doing that. Let me know it soon.
Okay, it will ask, I think it will ask the credentials before pushing it.
Oh, okay. I just did that. I think
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay, so git init, you're executing, right? So git init, basically what it do is it will initialize git version controlling system inside that folder which we are doing. So inside, in my case, inside is -iPhone folder. So if I go here, yeah, go here. So there is nothing related to git here now. So once I do this git init, it will initialize the git related features, and it will create a hidden folder .git. Okay, so here you will have .git folder which is hidden basically. Now what we can do is git status to see what is status of git. So it is showing all these files are basically not part of the git. So what we can do is git add dot. Okay, it will add all the files, all these files into git staging area. So okay, git will have two stages. In local itself, you'll have staging area, you'll have unstaged area. So unstaged area is where git doesn't know about that file. Once you stage that files into the git, it will start monitoring that file, what changes have been done, so all those things. Now once that is done, git commit -m for message and give message changes. Okay, in my case I added some changes, right? I have already git installed, so that's why I'm just entering some change name, changes in app component. I should use small m, I think. Yeah.
After
So
git status, it is git add, right? Git
yeah,
add
just
dot.
git add is git status is just will show you the status, like how
Okay.
many files
Okay.
are how many files are modified, or how many files added, how many files yet to add. All these statuses it will show. Once that is done, you can see git space add space dot. Dot means all files.
Okay.
Okay. And
After that, git commit.
yeah, after that, all the staged files or staged changes you can commit now.
Okay.
So if
So
you
what
do not
is
use the add,
minus m?
minus m is for message. Use the small m. The capital M was wrong. Okay, git commit. So I'm committing all these changes, just like SVN we have commit, right? So same way I'm committing, and this is my message. Like, okay, I added this quiz component, or I added this code. So just basically, whenever you
Okay.
go back to the commit and see, you'll come to know the context. Okay, why I committed this, what changes I committed in this commit. So just some generic message or some message you can add here using the m
Okay.
parameter.
It gave me error that path specific added. Git commit the minus m, and inside a string. Inside a uh, phrase I added header, like the message. It
Okay.
says path specific added did not match any file known to JIT.
Okay, can you share your screen? You're doing inside your project only, right? The project folder.
Yeah. And inside my
Okay,
quiz,
is
yeah,
it showing master here?
Yeah.
Where?
Here, in the after the path.
No, it is not.
Mm.
Actually, I'm using the CMD, not the bash. It will still show
Okay.
there.
No, I think it will not show. Just close that and
Yeah.
open this one. Git bash. Open the bash one.
Okay. Okay.
If it is showing here this branch name, then your Git is initialized properly. If it's not showing, then something wrong. So we'll come to know that. Share your
Okay.
screen. Yeah, just go to the path. Okay, use the double quotes.
Sorry.
No, use the double quotes. It didn't go because of the space in the Angular project, right? The last folder has the space.
Okay.
CD space, and use double quotes and enclose that entire string in the double quotes. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Now,
I have the base folder once again.
okay. Yeah, it is showing. Okay. So now type a git status. All these new files we are yet to add. So git add space dot.
Okay. So this is only the initial time, no? This git add.
Whenever you add new files, you have to do this.
Oh, okay. So it
After
add
if
everything, all the new files.
new files it will add. Yeah. So now git commit. And yeah, just enter any message.
You can give like any comma or anything, right? That's fine.
Yeah, you
right?
can give anything. Author identity unknown, please. Okay, just execute those two commands. Git config global user email, and just enter your email which you used in that
Okay.
GitHub.
Oh,
No, execute it again. It will override.
Oh, why
Okay.
it's not letting me add the
You,
email?
you copied the new line operator also. You just have to copy from Git
Okay.
to that the exact
Yeah.
string. Yeah. You can use the upper arrow to basically see the last command.
Okay.
That is easy. Perfect. Now execute the other one also. Other
Okay,
command.
also.
Yeah. Double quotes.
Okay.
Now commit. Perfect. Now all these files added to the commit. Go
Okay.
to the GitHub.
Sorry, I actually opened in my phone that one with the link you sent.
Okay.
Login ID.
Now, okay. I'll give you the command to execute. We have to add the remote. Yours is app 1, right?
Yeah, mine is.
No, hers is app 1. Mine is app
Okay.
2.
App. So execute this command. Yeah, just execute this command. Git remote add origin. Master.
Yeah.
Execute after this. Git push origin master. -u, I think.
It push minus u, minus. Sorry,
-u origin master. Yeah. You have to sign in with the browser. I think you have to verify your email. Okay. Just click on the verification link once it comes to your email, and then
open it. One second, I'm doing that in my phone.
yeah, fine, it will work. No issues. Sahana, I think you push the code, right? Cool. Yeah, I can see it in the GitHub.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big number. I don't know where to save. 1 second.
Oh, is it like OTP?
It's a big
or
number. No, not. Yeah, like a OTP, some 78 number 5825162. Six. Okay. Oh. I don't know. It keeps saying invalid launch code. Why? I'm putting the correct one only.
So, did it send a link or like where you
No,
are
it's a
entering
number
this?
I have to enter.
Where you have
Big
to
number.
enter?
They in the email only they'll tell to open the GitHub. In that I have to enter the code they send. I'm entering correct one only 58251.
Okay, I think check once another email came, I think.
Okay.
You'll get another mail. I
Oh,
think you clicked it 2
yeah,
times,
yeah,
right?
yeah. 3832195. Yeah, done.
Okay, refresh the page again now. Cool. So it is verified now. Try to execute that command again.
Which command? The one which you sent?
Yeah.
The git push or the
Git push, yeah.
how to come out of this?
I think it is already oh, the previous one is still not completed.
Yeah.
Just Control C.
Okay.
Not execute again.
Okay, I can do that better then.
Upper arrow, yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You're already logged in, right?
Yeah. I clicked on that. I don't know what happened. It's not, it didn't open the browser also.
Well, let's wait for a couple of seconds. One is okay.
So after this, whenever I add a new file, it's a git add, then the dog,
Yeah. So
then I have to do git commit and git pushes it.
yes, exactly. Git add, git commit, and git push. That's it.
Oh,
If you modify existing files, then you can do git commit and git push.
okay, yeah. Only if I add the new one.
Yeah, you have to add git add. Now just Control C and execute it again. I think it is giving some other options also, except login.
Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting. So
Yeah,
sign
go
in
to
with
the,
the
no,
code.
wait. Go to the
Oh,
token. Okay, no problem.
I'll control C and C.
Click on token.
Token.
Personal access token. Personal access token. Where can I get that? I'm checking in this website. Sahana, you're able to push without this thing, this step?
Yeah, it didn't ask anything. I could be able to push. I
Okay.
just committed actually. Yeah, I could be able to do it.
Actions, collaborate teams, tasks. Passwords authentication, SSH. key. Go back to the browser / device. I think we have to generate this token and do. Click on the sign in with a code. Device authentication. Visit the URL below, sign in, enter the following device code to continue. Okay, copy this and open that link and enter. Indicate
Okay, correct.
authorize which cancel. Yeah, click on. Okay. Now go and see.
Try again.
No, it is done. So git push
Okay.
is worked. Total 61 files, and all are pushed to your repository. You can
Okay.
see last but one line. It is saying new branch master is created. Local is master, and your remote branch also master. Okay, so it pushed from your local master to remote master. Now
Okay.
go to the GitHub and see all your changes will be coming there. Just go to click on your profile. Yeah, go down or like click on the projects. Yeah, here you can click on the link created 2 minutes ago. Go down, go down, go down. Yeah,
This
it is
one?
showing
Oh.
that. Yeah, that one. Click on that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so all this came now.
You start that one so that it will appear on your profile. On the right
Which
side,
one?
there is right.
The right side you have
Star.
star button. Yeah, click on that.
You can start it. Yeah.
Now, yeah. So whenever you do changes, right, just commit the changes and push the changes. And if you create any
Okay.
new component or new service, then just do the git add and then git commit, git push.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I would suggest to use git command interface itself. Like we have user like UA also for git. We have tortoise git, and we have even for GitHub also they are providing some tool. Basically, you can right click and add files. You can right click and commit, and you can basically do all this in the UI user interface. But basically, in the interviews, they'll ask about these commands. So, what is the order you execute and push commits? If they want to ask anything about Git, they will ask the command line task command line things.
Okay.
Okay, at least for this project, you can use the command line interface, but after that, you can use user interfaces. That's fine. Okay, so yeah, I think we are almost done. Now, from tomorrow, what we'll do is I'll keep on adding the cards. You guys try to do and move to the dev complete, then push the code as you complete, right? I'll suggest do it in your free time, but whenever our session starts, if you have any questions, we'll first address the questions, and then if there are any changes I want you to do, maybe like using some different approach or something, then I'll suggest, and then after that we'll have a discussion about interview questions and interview topics, right? So that way we can basically utilize session time for interview questions also. But whenever you have free time in the day, you can just work on the cards instead of working in the session.
Okay.
Okay. Okay then. Yeah. Any questions before
No.
ending the meeting?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.